All right, guys, for your spiritual kickoff this week, we're going to be talking about the area of self and the pursuit of victory. That's right, guys, the pursuit of victory. It's going to be a great week. Looking forward to this one. We're going to be focusing on Romans 8:37. But in all these things, we overwhelmingly conquer through him who loved us. What a beautiful verse. Just love it. We're going to get into a lot of good things this week for spiritual kickoff. I wanted to look at some things that got conquered in the sports world. First of all, basketball, 1991, December 17th. The most lopsided game in NBA history took place. It was the Miami Heat. They lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And guess what the score was? 148-80. That's right, 148-80. After taking a 20-point lead into halftime, the Cavaliers turned up the pressure in the second half and outscored them 75-27. They didn't even show up in the second half. I mean, they should just stay in the locker room, right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, now for you NFL fans, the largest margin of victory in NFL for regular season game was held by the Rochester Jeffersons, who beat Fort Porter in a non-league game. That was back in 1920, and it was 66-0. I don't know if that team actually showed up or not, but the largest margin of victory between two NFL teams that occurred in 1934 as well, where the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Cincinnati Reds 64-0. So that's two pretty big spreads right there, right? Pretty big spreads. So now, how about baseball fans? The biggest run differential in a single game, 29 runs. 29 runs. Can you believe that? That was the Colts, who are now the Cubs, and they beat the Louisville Colonials, and that was 36-7. 36-7, and that was back in 1897. So that's a pretty long era. Now, for the common era, that was when the Texas Rangers beat the Baltimore Orioles 30-3, and that's back in 2007. Pretty big one. Now, for our race fans, and then we'll wrap this one up. The race fans, Ned Jarrett, the largest victory in a NASCAR race. He had 14 laps over the second place finisher. 14 laps. Now, in a previous life, I used to work on race cars, pretty big into racing at the time. Tell you what, when you get one lap down, you feel terrible. 14 laps down on the entire field. I mean, it was unbelievable. So what did all those happen? Major League Baseball, NFL, basketball, NASCAR, they were overwhelmingly victorious. Overwhelmingly victorious. So as followers of Jesus, what does this mean? Well, first thing that comes to mind is we need to recognize, first of all, who our opponent is. Every one of those we just went through, they had an opponent. And we need to recognize who our opponents are. So let's back up 2 verses in Romans. Let's see what it says. Who will separate us from the love of Christ? Will tribulation, distress, persecution, famine, nakedness, peril, or sword? Where is written, for your sake we are being put to death all day long. We are considered as sheep to be slaughtered. And I'll tell you what, guys. If it ended right there, it'd be pretty deflating. It really would. But luckily, we have verse 37. But in all these things, we were overwhelmingly conquered through him who loved us. So we have that power to defeat Satan, because he is our enemy. Now, we cannot defeat him on our own strength, but through Christ, we have that strength. And nothing we can face worries God in the least. How beautiful is that? I mean, God is not worried about anything that we face. He's got it covered. And I tell you what, I went and I found a verse in John. A couple of verses here. I want to give you guys a little more assurance of that overwhelming victory. So John 10:27-29. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them. They follow me, and I give eternal life to them. And they will never perish, and no one will snatch them out of my hand. My Father, who has given them to me, is greater than all, and no one is able to snatch them out of the Father's hand. I and the Father are one. I'm going to tell you what, guys, we can stand firm in that. We are not alone, and we will be victorious. If you've decided to follow Christ, you can stand right now and put that power, because you have the power in you to be more than a conqueror through everything that you have, because Christ loves you. He gives you that strength. But you have to deny yourself. You have to lean on him, okay? No prosperity gospel here, guys. You got to deny it. You got to decide to follow Christ, and you will be victorious, okay? So you can start your pursuit today, because the victory is yours. All right, guys, there's your spiritual kickoff. That should get you fired up, get you ready. Now, Wednesday, come back for the meat episode. I have Mr. Clarence Haynes Jr. He's going to be unpacking his phenomenal book. Guess what it's called? The pursuit of victory. That's right. That's right. We're going to really unpack that, go through some great information there. It's going to be a ton of encouragement and ideas. I've read the book. It is phenomenal. Highly encourage you. So that come back for that one. Now, the question of the week, what I want you thinking about. What does victory look like for you? Now, it looks different for everyone. You can't just paint a picture and say, this is victory for every Christian man. No, it is different for everyone. So what does it look like for you? You need to visualize that. And then you need to start putting the areas in your life in place to make that happen. And you also need to, most importantly, align with God. Pray, ask for wisdom, ask for discernment, let the Spirit guide you, and then go out there and overwhelmingly conquer and be victorious. All right, guys. So if you're liking this stuff, share it out there. I like where I'm going to ask you, share it with other people. Put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram, whatever social media platform that you are on. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share it with those people. Go to thelionwithin.us to check out our website for the coaching program, the Bible studies, everything we're trying to build to help and serve you. There is a donation area on that page. If you feel like the Lion Within.us is helping you, we ask you to donate. Become a partner. Partner up with us because it takes a lot of work. But guys, we're going to keep working. We're going to keep moving forward for Christ. And that's what it's all about. Give us a rating, write a review, whatever platform you're on. They help. Bottom line, they help. Guys, I hope you have a great week. Come back Wednesday for the big meat episode. Now go out and unleash the lion within. Today is a great day to start your own podcast. Whether you're looking for a new marketing channel, have a message you want to share with the world, or just think it'd be cool to have your own talk show, podcasting is an easy, inexpensive, and fun way to expand your reach online. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. Your show can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories like Apple, Spotify, Google, and more within minutes of finishing your recording. Podcast isn't hard when you have the right partners, and the team at Buzzsprout is passionate about helping you succeed. Join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their messages out to the world. Let's create something great together. Visit thelionwithin.us/buzz to let Buzzsprout know we sent you, and you'll get a $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up for a paid plan. That's thelionwithin.us/buzz.